Okay, so welcome to the GHC Hackathon. I believe that, I'm sorry about the noise next door, we've been assured this is only a temporary thing and there's only a few drills going to happen today. Although evidence so far does not support that hypothesis. About a year ago there was a suggestion of Simon gave some talks at the GHC. Would people attend? And obviously, we've got a room full here. Thank you so much for coming. I'm from Galway, a local company that uses Haskell, and we're delighted to sponsor this event jointly with PSU because this is the first day at Galway for you. This is your orientation. Learning the internals of GHC and learning how to program Haskell better.
So we'll be handing out the contracts to sign later.
You're all under NDA.
The months have a EULA.
So we have various small bits and pieces. We have badges at the back. Write your name on it, or somebody else's if you want to confuse people. So actually, if you look down the side, the one side's got future interests, the other side's got past contributors. The idea is you can get medals. So if you've ever changed GHC, not added a bug, but fixed a bug, or made a change, or added an optimization, you've got 6 different categories. Now somebody pointed out I missed out semantics. So, if you've ever extended Haskell, template Haskell, arrow syntax, etc., type checking, optimization, and representations, code generation, all the different ramifications there, interactivity and debugging, and libraries, packaging, and namespace. You can get a star. It's intended for the medal, and how you use it, it's up to you. Stick it on past contributions and be proud of that. You've made a change, you've actually added something. On the other side, you can use the same lettering for your interests, or write something in if you're interested in it. So that will help people understand what we're all interested in inside GHC and what we've done before. Paul here is about to give networking. Now, about to give details about network, the passwords and how that works, if you haven't set it already. We all want you to come work at Galway. Now that's not a job offer, that's an offer to apply for a job. We think this is fantastic. We like the idea of broadening the base of people that understand the internals of GHC, but we also like this as a great pool to work with in terms of the job. So we do actually have a sheet that we'd like you to take, but that's all I'm going to say about literature. We actually have Melissa at the back from Galway, who's helping with recruitment. So.
Yeah, and you can talk to anyone who's got Galway on their badge too about what it's like to work there or anything like that.
So this is great. Thank you all for coming. When at the Haskell workshop, the idea was floated of having an event like this, and I think probably about 40 people put their hands up at the workshop, and I thought, yeah, talk is cheap. If we get 10, it will be worth doing. So that was our threshold. We said, if we get 10 people, we'll do it.
We almost didn't have 10 people.
So initially we weren't quite sure. So it's very rewarding and gratifying to have you all here, particularly because GHC is very much a kind of shared endeavour these days. It kind of started at Glasgow, but a lot of people have contributed to it now. And Simon and I are absolutely dead keen for it to be seen not as kind of our baby that we defend in a proprietorial fashion, but a kind of shared endeavour that all of you can join in with. And we will do our best not to say, you idiot, you broke it, but rather, you're a very nice person, you improved it in ways that could yet be improved further. So, Simon and I have never done an event like this before, so we're rather feeling our way and open to guidance from you. So one particular thing we've decided to do is that rather than writing a lot of PowerPoint slides, which would kind of be cast in Aspic and never modified thereafter, we've instead written wiki documentation. And so that's actually less good for you right now, because instead of being nicely, big bullet points on slides and so forth, there's perhaps a bit more detail sometimes than we want to. But at the same time, you can look at it and browse it during the talks. And better still, you can update it, while we're speaking, and just say, press refresh and you'll see my question or see my explanation of what's happening. So this is rather good when you can write the talk as it is being given. So please take advantage of this. There is a, I think we'll see there's a note at the beginning that says, don't modify this just now, because that was a stage at which we were vigorously heap changing it. But from now on, the lock is removed. But if you start modifying bits, you might want to type something into a buffer of your own, lest you discover somebody else has got the lock at the moment you try to commit. So that's what to say about the wiki. Now, the other thing I wanted to say about process is, Simon and I have a kind of informal plan for at least how we'll tackle this morning and probably this afternoon. But we're very open for tomorrow, so we could spend all of tomorrow hacking, or we could spend tomorrow giving sort of more presentations with breaks about particular bits of the compiler, or we could break into subgroups. There are other rooms we can use, so we could have little subgroups working on different things. There's only 2 of us, but there's quite a lot of people in the room who know about other aspects of GHC, and could have little birds of a feather session. So, in the spirit of wittiness, would somebody like to create a link? Well, maybe you can do this while we're getting started. Oh, you've got to log in. Simon, Andy, can you log Simon in so we can get online? It would be. I thought it would be useful to have a page sort of attached to the hackathon page in which you can put in suggestions for what we might do tomorrow, what you would like to do tomorrow, and also suggestions for topics that you'd like to see covered in more detail, because while we were writing documentation, we were a little bit uncertain about what people would like to hear about. So if you just write down things that you would like to hear more about, if we skate over something quickly and you'd like to say, it would be great to hear more about X tomorrow, then just type that in too. So just treat that suggestions page that will appear momentarily on the hackathon wiki page as a place to add ideas for tomorrow. So it will be guided by you. This is a sort of interactive, kind of evolving, organic kind of thing.